How long is it going to take me to get this entire brand new Helsmiths of Hashut Battle Force box set from the box to the board? Let's find out, shall we? Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Ben Mudge, and in this video we're going to be tackling the brand new army box set of the Chaos Dwarfs, aka the Helsmiths of Hashut. I just want to say a massive thank you to Games Workshop for sending me it out that little bit early so I can get it ready for your eyeballs. Now, this is a box to board challenge, and if you're new here, I want to just briefly explain what this is. This is not me staying up and doing this consecutively, because honestly, who has time for that? And I also really, and I cannot stress this enough, love sleep. So I'm not sacrificing my sleep or my enjoyment of this hobby to get this ready. What I am doing instead is stopping a timer when I'm finished and then resuming it when I sit back down to do it again. I just want to give you guys an indication of how long it takes me to get this army from the box to the board. Now, this all was birthed from my distaste for playing with unpainted models. It is always just, it doesn't jimmy my jangles in the slightest. So if you're like that, let me know in the comment section below if you're a part of this clan with me. But that's essentially where it came from. I just wanted to see how long it would take me to get a full army painted, ready for some games. Now, before we do anything else, we need to get these bad boys built. So let's stop chatting and get some cracking. Cracking? Because the plastic screw. Hey, let's start building, shall we? Okay, let's go. Bye. Now, you get 4 different units in this box set. Now, one of them is the War Despot. You can't change them in any other way. However, the other ones have different variants of how you can build them. So the first decision I had to make was how I was going to build the standard Infernal cohort. You can build them either with spears or swords. And I decided to go with swords simply because I thought they looked cool. They have a very unique design that I haven't seen in any other weapons across the entire Age of Sigmar range. Now, when it came to the Dominator engine, you have got 2 options to either give it 2 giant maces or 2 giant flaming cannons. But I did find myself just looking at the maces more, so I decided to go with the maces. Doesn't matter what the meta is or what's the most effective tactics for me, I just think what looks cool, and then I roll with that. Lastly, I decided to go with the cannon instead of the rocket launcher simply because I thought the cannon looked cooler, rule of cool coming in once more. Now, we have the decision of how we're going to paint these things. We have to prime them up first though, so let's get priming, shall we? Alright, so whenever I'm building, that is usually when I start to piece together how I'm going to paint up the army, and I usually reference the Codex or the Battle Tome. Now, leafing through this, I decided I was going to take a little bit of a departure from the standard paint scheme that you see on the box art. I just honestly didn't like the flames that they have. I thought I would go for a more realistic look to them. I wanted my dwarves to look as grounded as possible. No pun intended there whatsoever. Now, I always suggest if you're going to do a project like this to do a test model. Now, I did 2. I did this guy from the Infernal cohort, and honestly, I was pretty happy with it. I actually primed all of these guys with a bronze color because I knew I wanted that to be their base metallic, and I was going to highlight that with some gold just to make it pop that a little bit more. I also then decided to go with some rich colors like purples and reds to really make them look a step apart from any other dwarf faction that I have seen. Again, I did struggle with how muted a lot of the metals did look, so that's where the reds and the purples really did help it just to come up, and especially actually the gold accents too. But I'm really happy with this. Now I've just got to paint 9 more of these guys, because whenever you build this guy, this drummer dude or the cymbal smasher, you get a little grot with it as well. So I've got to get those guys done, and then I'm going to move on to the Doombill or the big flaming mace dude. Let's get painting, shall we? Let's go. One of the cool things about the Helsmiths of Hashut is the fact that they are a brand new army to the Age of Sigmar setting. And that comes with 3 benefits that I can see anyway. Number 1, we get brand new models to feast our eyes upon, which is always something that I look forward to, just to see what the creative team can do with a brand new army range. Number 2, a brand new way to play the game. Now this is something that I thoroughly enjoy. I like it when we get different types of armies, different types of play styles, just to mix into the Age of Sigmar game itself. And number 3, new lore to sink our teeth into. Now I'm going to give you a very brief overview of the lore so you can get a little bit of a taste about who these guys are and what they're about. But if I jimmy your jangles and you want to satiate that hunger, I would highly suggest you go and check out Mysidia Gaming. He's done a fantastic video that's a little bit more in depth about the lore of the Helsmiths of Hashut. Who are these guys? These are essentially dwarves, but they broke off from the standard of dwarves, which we can see in the Age of Sigmar, like the Fyreslayers and the Caradron Overlords, and they are worshipping chaos. These guys are everything you can think of when it comes to standard dwarves, but just imagine dialing everything up to 11 in terms of the cruelty, the ingeniousness of them, and their crafting as well. And they essentially have weaponized demons, which is a pretty cool concept. And they also worship Hashut, which is one of the old gods from the old world, which is, I think, a lot of people who are fans of the old world really appreciate. If you're a fan of these guys, please let me know. I would love to know if you think this model line is up to the standards that you thought if you were a Chaos Dwarf fan in the past. Let me know. I'd love to hear more about it. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button already, please do so. There is a significant amount of you that are not subscribed to the channel that are watching these videos. Please hit that subscribe button. It's free and I'd massively appreciate it. Also hit the like button while you're there if you're enjoying this video. But let's get back to painting the final model, the cannon. Let's go. Now, if you saw the title of this video, I set myself the challenge of getting this done in under 24 hours. Drum roll, please. It took me just under 15 hours to complete this entire box set from box to board. I'm pretty happy with this project. Admittedly, I'm a bit surprised at the size of the model count with this army, and I think a lot of people probably share that concern as well. But the difference is with this box set compared to any of the other box sets I've done, this is actually a Spearhead army. Now Spearhead is arguably, I think, one of the greatest systems to introduce people to the concept of Age of Sigmar. It's a fantastic jumping off point if you're looking to get into the hobby. But I will still say that it's a bit light when it comes to the model count. I would like to have seen maybe 10 more of the cohorts, or potentially some of the cannons that we're going to be getting later on. It's like the flamer guys. I think that would have been a nice addition, and you just had to simply not include them in the Spearhead game. I'm going to give this 1 chef's kiss out of potential. Well, we've got no ranking system, to be honest. I didn't enjoy painting these guys up as much as I thought I would. I cannot put my finger on why I didn't enjoy it. I think, upon reflection, it's the fact that there was lots of dark metals and I really struggled to make them pop as much as I usually would. Now, if you fancy stepping up your legendary status, you could consider joining the Patreon for just £3 a month. With the release of this box, I'm going to be doing a £50 giveaway to one of my Patreon members. So if you want to be within a chance of winning that, head over to Patreon and join up. I really appreciate it. And with that being said, I'm out. Have a good one.